So Kyrie Irving and Damian Lillard are two of the best point guards in the league. Scratch that. Those two are the best players in the league. At one end, you got Kyrie Irving, who's arguably the best skilled player in the league, as his handles are too deadly to keep up with. He can make you dance, he can break your ankles. It's really difficult to keep up with this guy, man. His handles are ridiculous. And to me, he's a top 3 dribbler of all time. Because I don't know how you can keep up with this guy, for real. And at the other end, you got Damian Lillard, who's arguably one of the best scorers in the league. As to me, he's a top 10 to 15 player in the league, and also Kyrie. And before I get started with this video, make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, hit that bell for notifications, and let's get on with this video.
Nets are down by 1. Irving, step back 3. Oh!
Kyrie Irving. Kyrie motherfucking Irving. Uncle Drew. So Kyrie Irving, like I said, is one of the best skilled players in the league. Coming into the league, he was the #1 overall pick back in 2011, coming out of Duke. And he didn't play that much games in Duke as he was out with that foot injury. But in his rookie season, he went on a complete jump as he won Rookie of the Year. And then in the next season, he made his first All-Star appearance. And in 2014, made another All-Star appearance. And Kyrie has slowly turned to one of the best players in the league until LeBron came to join Cleveland and made Kyrie Irving the second option behind LeBron's first option. And Kyrie was a big help for the Cavaliers, as in 2015 him and LeBron led the team to a 53-29 record, and people really thought that was the Cavs' year to win the championship. But Kyrie Irving went down with a knee injury and resulted in him missing the rest of the finals, and obviously the Cavs lost. Then in the next year, Kyrie Irving, he was healthy this time alongside Kevin Love, and him and LeBron went off in the finals as Kyrie outplayed the 2-time unanimous MVP and Steph Curry, put up numbers of 27 points. And then in Game 7, we all know what happened. Kyrie Irving hitting that dagger 3 over Steph Curry to clinch Cleveland their first championship in franchise history, helping LeBron get over that hump that he had at Cleveland. And Kyrie Irving was a big piece of why the Cavaliers won that championship. And then the next year, 2017, they had another great season, but obviously they got absolutely destroyed by the Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors. Then in the offseason, Kyrie Irving demanded a trade out of Cleveland, and he got his wish as he traded to Boston for Isaiah Thomas and Jay Crowder. And Kyrie Irving with Boston, he had 2 decent seasons as he was an MVP candidate in 2018, and a lot of people thought they was going to make the NBA Finals that year, but Kyrie Irving went down with another injury, this time to his knee, and resulted in him missing the rest of the playoffs. And the Celtics, they still had one hell of a run, but obviously lost to LeBron and the Cavaliers. Then in 2019, people really thought the Celtics were going to be scary, like a 60-win team. But that wasn't the case, as Kyrie Irving and the Celtics had hella drama. And Kyrie Irving, he still had a great year as he averaged 24 points again. But in the playoffs, sure, they swept the Indiana Pacers. But Kyrie was kind of inefficient, as he did shoot below 41% from the field. But they still swept them. And then in the series against the Milwaukee Bucks, sure, Kyrie Irving didn't play bad in Game 1. But in games 2, 3, 4, and 5, Kyrie Irving was just disgusting. Like, he was awful. Like, for real. And that was the end of his time in Boston. He signed a 4-year deal with the Brooklyn Nets alongside Kevin Durant. And Kyrie Irving this season, he's had one hell of a season as he's averaging 27 points, shooting 49% from the field and 40% from 3 on nearly 9 attempts a game. And to me, Kyrie Irving's having one great season, and he's scoring better than James Harden, obviously. And he started the season off real strong as he averaged 30 points a game, shooting 56% from the field. 56% from the field and 50% from 3. So Kyrie Irving was sensational, but after that, Kyrie Irving went on hiatus as he missed like 7 games due to personal problems, as this man wasn't wearing a mask to somebody's party, I believe. But Kyrie Irving, once he returned, he still looked like the same player. Kyrie Irving, that was unacceptable behavior by Uncle Drew, as he shouldn't be missing all those games when his team need him the most, even when they traded for another top 5 to 10 player in the league in James Harden. But Kyrie Irving got his stuff together, and now he's back with the Brooklyn Nets doing what he does, balling with 2 top 5 to 10 players in the league, Kevin Durant and James Harden. And Kyrie Irving, sure, he could be a real hothead a little bit, but let's not act like he's not a bad teammate. Because sure, Kyrie Irving, we could talk about all the positives about Uncle Drew, but we gotta speak about some of the negatives as well. Because Kyrie Irving, as great as Kyrie Irving is, he's got a couple of flaws to his game. As obviously, people say he's a team cancer, but personally, in my opinion, he's not. And I don't know why a lot of people think that he is. And to me, he's really not. He just has a lot of problems going on with those teams, especially with Boston with all those shot creators. And people blame him for all those problems in Boston. And I don't get why they do. Let's get back to the flaws of Kyrie Irving. As defensively, he's not that great whatsoever. Sure, he gets 6 steals, but he's still not a great defender. And then people want to question about his leadership, as his leadership needs a little bit of working time. But those are his 2 flaws that I know about Kyrie Irving. Besides all that, he's still a great player and is a top 10 to 15 player in the league behind. And he's arguably one of the top 10 most skilled players of all time, in my opinion. That's Kyrie Irving. He could do stuff with the ball that we have never ever seen before. Like, for real. This man can go behind the back. He could drive to the rim, do ridiculous layups. Like, this man can do anything near the rim. He don't even care how tall you is. He can still give you buckets. Like, for real. This man can give you buckets from anywhere. That's why he went to Mamba Sports Academy to work on his fadeaway. Even though he had his fadeaway locked in. But that fadeaway was just too nasty to deal with. Even with a spin move. But let's go on to our next player. You already know who it is.
Lillard, long range 3, and it's good! At
Dame Dollar. Damian Lillard. One of my favorite players in the league. As Damian Lillard is killing it once again this season. As this season he's putting up numbers of 30 points, shooting 46% from the field and 41% from 3 on nearly 11 attempts a game, I might add. And CJ McCollum is out with an injury, and also Yusuf Nurkic, and they just lost Hassan Whiteside. So Damian Lillard is mostly doing all the carrying a little bit, and it's been paying off well, as Damian Lillard last night dropped 44 points alongside with another game winner, I might add. As Damian Lillard, he's arguably one of the most clutch players in the league. Like, for real, man, because we all think that in the 2019 playoffs where he hit that deep 3 from 37 feet in Paul George's face. And, well, Paul George said that infamous, it was a bad shot. But how the hell that was a bad shot? And he shot 40% from back there. So that really didn't make no sense at all anyways. As Damian Lillard, he been doing all that in the regular season anyway. So how can you call that a bad shot? To me, Damian Lillard said, that's a good shot. That's a hating ass guy. But hey, back to Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard last season had a one hell of a season, as he averaged 30 points the other season, shooting 46% from the field and 40% from 3. Like, this man got the deep range of Steph Curry. Like, this man can shoot anywhere from the court. Like, for real. He led the league in 30 led the league in 30 footers, and he could just shoot that mug, for real. Like, this guy is unbelievable from 3. He can shoot a fadeaway. He can shoot in your face. Like, you can't do nothing about it. And sure, he might have his off days, but when I see Dame shoot that mug, shit, it's always going in my opinion. For real. Like, and then we also have Damian Lillard. The most underrated part about his game is that he's an athletic finisher too. Before we forget, he can dunk that over anybody too. And sure, he can't like dunk it over him, but he can dunk it sometime because he does got some athleticism. For real, that's people overlook about Damian Lillard. And sure, he's not like a playmaker, but he can improve on that a little bit. He can pass a little bit because he is an underrated playmaker. He gets teammates involved a bit. As Damian Lillard is one of the most underrated playmakers in the league. And then also, he's also a great free throw shooter as he shot 90% from the free throw line. And then Damian Lillard's a terrific finisher too as well. And then Damian Lillard, he's just unbelievable, like for real. And last season in the playoffs, he went down with that injury. And sure, Damian Lillard, we could talk about his negatives. We got to talk about his negatives as well. As just like Kyrie, he's not a great defender. That's where people really target Dame because he's mostly a liability. And he's like one of the worst defenders, not just on his team, but in the whole league. Like, this man is garbage on defense. Like, for real. Like, he's one of the worst defenders that I have ever seen. And then he can be a little bit shaky in the playoffs too, as in 2018 we all synced it last season. As Damian Lillard in 2018 underperformed and got outplayed by Jrue Holiday. And Damian Lillard, he didn't even have one good game in that series. He shot below 42% from the field, which is very unacceptable. But then in the next season, in 2019, they made the Western Conference Finals, even without Jusuf Nurkic. But they did go out in an embarrassing sweep against the Golden State Warriors, as Damian Lillard underperformed in that series, and also CJ McCollum. But hey, it's the Warriors anyway, so we didn't expect them to win that series. But Damian Lillard, he can be a little bit shaky in the playoffs. I'm not saying it's all on him, but if he's the best player on that team, he should be able to step up in those big moments. But in conclusion, who do I think is the better player? Kyrie Irving or Damian Lillard? And the answer to that is Damian Lillard. Sure, Kyrie Irving is better skilled, better player than Damian Lillard. He's better with the handles and better in driving and finishing. But Damian Lillard, he has more success than Kyrie, as he can prove what he could do as the best player on the team. Sure, Kyrie Irving, he's had moments where he was the best player on the team, but it really didn't lead to much, as Damian Lillard in the Western Conference, the difficult Western Conference, after the departure of LaMarcus Aldridge, Damian Lillard still led Portland to a top 3 seed in the Western Conference, above teams like the Rockets sometimes, the Spurs, the Grizzlies with Zach Randolph and Marcus Gasol. Like, Damian Lillard, he was still leading the Blazers to contention, like for real. As Damian and Kyrie Irving, sure, he had a lot of times with Boston, but they wasn't doing much in Boston. Yeah, they even made the conference finals without him. And as great as Kyrie Irving was, he can't really prove what he could do as number one option, because we synced in Cleveland, and now we're seeing it this year with the Brooklyn Nets, as he's clearly the third option behind Kevin Durant and James Harden. And we've seen what Kyrie did as a first option in the playoffs. He underperformed. And Damian Lillard, sure, he underperformed in some series, but he can prove what he could do in the playoffs as the number one option. And that year in 2019, the Portland Trailblazers made the Western Conference Finals, while the Boston Celtics got absolutely destroyed by the Milwaukee Bucks in the last 4 games. And Damian Lillard's production is way better than Kyrie's, and Dame's a way better leader, better vocal pointer, and can be handled better as a team player than Kyrie. And sure, Kyrie's more skilled, but I gotta go with Damian Lillard as the better player. So y'all hit the comment section down below. Whoever think Kyrie's better, y'all could hit the comment section down below. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, and if y'all think Kyrie's better, hit the comment section down below. And in my opinion, Damian Lillard is better. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, hit that bell for notifications, and my social media links are down in the description box. Make sure y'all stay safe and stay healthy, y'all. This your boy Lil Trey D signing out. Peace.